Hey guys, Soberoni of G&A Reviews here with a brand new Servant Spotlight, this time for the newest 5-star Kintoki the Golden Berserker. We'll be taking a look at his stats and his skills, as well as some pointers on how to utilize him effectively, and an overall grade comparing him to how he stacks up against all the other 5-star servants. But first, for those of you patiently waiting for the Atlanta and Alter Spotlights, those will be going up this weekend. They were just momentarily delayed as I shifted gears due to the news of Okeanis and Kintoki last weekend. So look forward to those videos on Saturday and Sunday. For now, let's just check out if Kintoki is worth rolling for. When it comes to stats, Kintoki fits the profile of the standard Berserker with a low HP and high attack. In fact, his max HP is 12,150, which is extremely low for a 5-star, with some 4 stars even surpassing it. But he more than makes up for it with his attack. When he releases, Kintoki will have the highest attack stat in the game at 12,712. That's higher than both Altera and Gil, and is currently the 3rd highest attack in Japan. As for his skills, Kintoki has Monstrous Strength rank A+, which increases his attack by 30 to 50% for 1 turn. He then has Animal Dialogue rank C, which increases his Noble Phantasm gauge between 30 to 50%. And finally, Natural Body rank A, which increases his attack debuff resist for 3 turns between 50 to 120%, and greatly restores HP between 1000 to 3000. For his passives, he has Madness Enhancement E, which increases Buster Card effectiveness by 2%, and Divinity D, which increases his overall damage by 125. Looking at his deck and Noble Phantasm, he has a standard Berserker deck with Quick, Arts, Buster, and a Buster Noble Phantasm. His Noble Phantasm is Golden Spark, which deals significant damage to a single enemy that ignores defense, and it has a medium chance to stun as well for 1 turn. It also has an interlude coming up, which will increase the attack damage modifier. Kintoki is the epitome of berserkerness. He's all about attacking and doing crazy high burst damage. So it's no shock that Kintoki can pull off some of the highest single target damage in the entire game, thanks to having 3 Buster cards, plus his Buster Noble Phantasm, as well as Monstrous Strength. Getting a Buster Brave Chain with Kintoki is pretty common, and never underestimate how drastically a Buster Brave Chain can increase your damage. And Monstrous Strength is equivalent to Mana Burst. It's actually the same skill in effect, and any single target servant with Mana Burst is scary, let alone a Berserker with the highest attack in the game. Animal Dialogue shouldn't be overlooked either. It isn't a damage boosting skill, but it is just as critical to Kintoki's kit and a major contributor to his effectiveness, since even at rank 1 it allows him to Noble Phantasm immediately if he has Kaleidoscope equipped. And as Kintoki, you're definitely going to want to get out there and Noble Phantasm immediately, or save it for when you do have 2 Buster cards so that you can do a Buster Brave Chain. Being able to Noble Phantasm at will is one of Kintoki's best strengths. A serious case can be made that Kintoki is the best offensive servant in the game, period, and will be going forward. But he isn't also without some major drawbacks. The obvious big problem is he's still a Berserker with low HP, and he doesn't have any survival skills like Herc does. So while he outdamages Herc, the trade-off is real. Kintoki will blow up very quickly from concentrated enemy fire. He also isn't geared toward a sustained fight or any fight lasting longer than a few turns. His skills are explicitly made for him to come out, Noble Phantasm immediately, and either win or die from there. He's just too fragile to get multiple Noble Phantasms off, and his buff only lasts a single turn. It's also worth noting that Kintoki is divine. He has the divinity trait along with the male trait, and both of those traits are very disadvantaged in this game. There's plenty of skills and Noble Phantasms that do extra damage to males and to divine servants, so you're going to keep an eye out for servants who have bonus damage against those types. And while he does have a heal on his 3rd skill, it isn't much. It'd be a pretty decent heal on any non-Berserker servant, but on a Berserker, that heal is just laughable, and it won't heal back the damage you receive from most attacks. For that reason, you're definitely going to want to max Monstrous Strength first, followed by Animal Dialogue, and then Natural Body. When it comes to teams, Buffers help Kintoki more than anyone else, so Waver, Shakespeare, and Hans are all top tier servants to pair with him, as are Gil, Saber, Altera, and Caesar. Like all Berserkers, he also needs someone to keep him alive, although it isn't as important since he'll likely just come out Noble Phantasm and kill whatever's out there. But nevertheless, Ruler and Mosh are good at keeping him standing for longer fights. For craft essences, I highly recommend Kaleidoscope over anything else in the game currently. Kintoki's prime role is to come out onto the field and sweep with a powerful Noble Phantasm immediately, so he needs a pre-charged Noble Phantasm gauge. You can try sticking him with limited 0, although I still highly recommend Kaleidoscope over anything else. It's just much better to have him in the role of sweeper that just comes out and Noble Phantasms immediately. Overall, he may only have one job and a very low survivability rate, but Kintoki is easily one of the best Berserkers in the game, and some would even call him the best, which is certainly something that can be made a case for. Personally, I don't think he is the best overall Berserker because of that low survivability, but he is without a doubt the most powerful Berserker. If you need firepower, look no further, no one does it better. He does falter a bit much later on into the game, but that's a small nitpick on an otherwise outstanding Berserker. So he gets an A+. Alright guys, those are my thoughts on Kintoki, but what do you guys think? Are you planning on rolling for him? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, click that like button. And if you really enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. There are a ton more Fate Grand Order videos in the pipeline, including the servant spotlights for all the new Okeanis servants, an Okeanis guide, an Okeanis stream, and some other surprise events as well. Alright guys, take it easy. Sober Oni, signing out. Peace.